My youngest daughter lives out of state. When I did see her, after all my work was done and I smiled at her, she looked at me and said, "Dad, what a beautiful smile you have." I'm sorry, but all the money in the world was worth that. I'm retired, now living in the World Golf Village, originally from Long Island. I moved here with my wife and my daughter. I always had trouble with cavities. I always had trouble with toothaches and things like that. And that really plagued me all the way through my adulthood. I would not show my teeth if I had to smile. It's amazing how well you can mimic or make yourself not show your teeth when you don't want them to be shown to people. Between the pain and the fact that it seemed like I was always in a dentist's office because of a toothache or because I needed root canal work, which isn't fun at all. As they began to fail, it became more and more apparent that I was going to have to try and get a more permanent solution.
When Mr. Liu first came into the office, he really wasn't happy with his smile. He wasn't satisfied. Teeth were breaking down, kind of in a sad state. Myself and my team, we came up with a custom treatment plan for Mr. Liu. That treatment plan was geared towards implants because his focus was to have permanent teeth and to look as natural as possible. So we designed his whole smile before even beginning treatment with Mr. Liu. He approved it, he liked it. We were going in a similar direction, getting his thoughts, our thoughts, to move forward with treatment.
When I first met Dr. Ryan and her team, what a wonderful person she is, number one, but two, what a gifted dentist, always looking to do what was best for me. So the biggest thing that I've noticed in my life since my treatment, and if you know me, I enjoy cooking quite a bit, the ability to eat foods that I haven't eaten in years and years. My outlook on life has changed because instead of being self-conscious about my appearance, at least my smile and so on now, there's no self-consciousness whatsoever. I am happy to open my mouth and show people the beautiful smile that I have.
Growing up, I would say that oral health was not one of the highest priorities. I had an inherent fear, deadly fear of the dentist. I did not have great experiences when I would visit the dentist. So that played a big part in the idea of oral hygiene not being very important. I can say that for probably the last 30 years of my life, I would not smile with my teeth. I would avoid going out in public, being around friends, things like that. I had a friend that had a procedure done that helped push me towards the decision, and some other circumstances that changed in my life. So I decided to take that leap and came in for a consultation.
When Sheri first came into the office, she was nervous. She had all kinds of anxiety all over her face. She didn't know what to do, but she did know she needed treatment. But her biggest thing was, I can't chew, I can't eat, I can't smile. She wanted to have a permanent solution, low maintenance, and something that looked aesthetically as natural as humanly possible. So we decided to do upper and lower permanent implant bridges, customized with our ceramists in our lab to design something just completely beautiful and suited for her.
Dr. Ryan is awesome. Was very open and honest with me and what my options were. Definitely allowed me to make the decision for myself. The day I got my new teeth is a day that I'll never forget, as it was the day that a new me emerged. I was ecstatic and extremely happy with how they turned out and ready to face the world with a big smile. Dr. Ryan, I appreciate you and I love you and I thank you so much for everything you've done for me and making sure that my teeth were perfect.
when I was a little girl in Georgia. And I had a lot of siblings, so it was a lot of us. It was like 8 of us. So we enjoyed each other. We were very close, and we didn't have a whole lot. So we didn't get to go to the dentist and the doctors the way we should have. So we tried to brush and all of that, but when it was time for some work to be done on your mouth, we never did that. We just kind of just pulled out all of our teeth instead of letting the doctor see if they could fix them, you know? So I ended up as an adult having to have every last one of my teeth pulled, and my gums were all messed up. I spent thousands of dollars to get my mouth fixed. When I got to that point, I knew. So I had to do what I had to do in order to get, you know, my mouth fixed. I needed teeth to eat, and then I work in a public place. So I didn't want to be talking to my customers and my patients bare mouth.
She was frustrated, very frustrated. She didn't have natural teeth. She'd been wearing a denture. The denture was moving, uncomfortable. She just didn't know where to turn because she had been told she had no options for dental implants. So once we got to talking and reviewing her CT scan, we realized that if we manage this a different way, we might be able to get Letha what she always dreamed of, which is permanent teeth. So after a little bit of research and studying her case, our team came up with a plan for her. We decided she could have 2 zygomatic implants and 2 conventional implants for what we call an all-on-4 technique.
When I first saw my beautiful smile, I was like, oh God, it was beautiful. And I was so happy. It almost looked like my original ones. A smile means to me everything. It makes me feel good to know that now I can smile and everything looks great. They tell me, oh, you got a beautiful smile.
My name is Lisa, and I am a vet tech. Well, actually retired now. We moved from Maryland, and now I volunteer to visit patients and staff. I enjoy watching how much he enjoys it and how much it brings joy to the staff and patients. Grew up with dental issues. My teeth were discolored. I had broken teeth. I would grind so they were not even. It was not very pleasing to look in the mirror.
When Miss Lisa came into our office, she came here based off of another dentist that had concerns for the overall longevity of her teeth. We focused on Miss Lisa. We heard her concerns. We talked with her. She had very short, shallow teeth from wear, biting, grinding. Miss Lisa, it wasn't her fault. Her function. She chewed so hard that her teeth shortened, and there wasn't much tooth structure left. So she was at a point where if she didn't do something, she would lose her teeth. We formulated a custom plan for her, something that she could maintain and preserve her teeth.
My first impression coming here was they make you feel like family. Warm and welcoming from the front door to the back to everything they do. There is never a point where you feel uncomfortable. It's enjoyable now to be around people and smile. Dr. Ryan, I just want to say how much I appreciate you, your professionalism, confidence you've given me in my teeth, and I just can't even thank you enough.
I work for the Salvation Army of St. Augustine. I'm a retired school principal, so this is my encore career. And I work with unsheltered individuals and also with families in need. So I love what I do. I enjoy helping people. My decline, I noticed probably in my mid-20s when my gums would bleed a lot. Never really did anything about it. We didn't have the internet back then. I think every tooth I had some kind of either cap or filling, some kind of root canal. It was just deal with it as it came along and not any preventative measures at all. having to live with putting my hand over my mouth and trying to hide the fact that my teeth were awful, as a school principal, it's hard to do. It's just what I had to do in order to survive, in order for people to not think negatively of me, which I thought that they would if they saw my teeth.
When Mr. John first came in, he was in a state of emergency. He was in a state of panic. His teeth had cracked. His permanent teeth that he invested so much in were broken. We basically reworked his plan, figured out where his implants were located. We figured out what look he wanted, still provide him with something aesthetic, but fortify the teeth. Give him strength again. Let him know he can chew and eat and he can function just like he always had and doesn't have to worry about broken teeth anymore. When
I stepped foot in their office, from the receptionist to the technicians to Dr. Ryan, just make you feel at home. They want to know about your life, not just your teeth, but how you are as a person. And they take that extra time to do that. Most people just want to know that they're being heard, and most people just want to know that you care. And Dr. Ryan's team just do that from day one. When you first get the implants and you smile and into the mirror when they show it to you, you just cry because you haven't had that since you were 5 to 6 years old. And even to this day, when I talk about it, I still well up because I can remember sitting in that chair when after the surgery and they showed me my teeth and I couldn't believe that they were mine. Next to my kids being born and my wife, getting married to my wife, probably one of the happiest days of my life.